Hi, my name is Roy Griffin. My call sign is W4RJG, and I live in South Boston, Virginia. Today we will be talking about HF propagation preparation. Emcomm Direct Messaging is the name of our group, and this may sound silly, but I'm going to retitle it for this video only. The title now is Messaging to Another Station via RF Only Using Digital Format in an Emergency Situation. I want to bring out and focus on RF Only, which is our topic. WinLink is the key element of almost all Emcomm plans. When used in the usual way, it uses the internet to pass the messages along. It does have a very good direct messaging capability in P2P, peer-to-peer or point-to-point. It does not have a way to find the station intelligently in P2P mode. EDM uses VAR-AC for that searching effort. Since it is RF only VAR-AC, it has features to find other stations on that frequency it's on that no one else has. EDM has done training with those tools in earlier videos and exercises. But that would not be very reliable when there is a large-scale power outage, greatly reducing the number of stations that would be on the air. Many would not be able to take the time to be on the air and still be able to deal with their local impact, always the priority. So spending time in each band would not be as useful as it would be during a normal operation time, various training and exercise. Understanding HF propagation is critical for P2P emergency planning and execution. The basics of HF knowledge is based on science, such as atmospheric, solar, and ionosphere layers and how they interact with each other. But it is not science that can be measured like temperature, humidity, or wind. And unlike our National Weather Service agencies, there is no predictability over the next hour or 12 hours of the next day as to what's going to be happening. Very experienced operators can tell fairly well what's going to be happening just by listening. When we were all using just 2 radios, it's pretty much all we had. And we could make some measure of predictability based on sunspot activity and general weather pattern. But notice the phrase, some measure. We can do that today also, but without having to have years of experience, but we do need time spent on developing experience to do the same thing. Today we have tools, a bunch. EDM recommends a deeper understanding of HF propagation to help you with your planning and execution of your plan. Here are 2 steering committee members with some thoughts and information. Lynn?
Hi, I'm Lynn, W0LEN. I'd like to thank all of you for participating in EDM, the Emcomm Direct Messaging Group. As you know, we were formerly the peer-to-peer group within ETO, the Emcomm Training Organization. In January, we decided to split off from ETO in order to concentrate our efforts on the technical aspect of establishing P2P communications when critical infrastructure such as the internet is not available due to natural or man-made disasters. Our mission is to establish redundant teams of target stations that will be available to provide P2P connections nationwide on 80, 40, 30, 20, and 15-meter HF bands. In order to effectively communicate with target stations, we need to know something about the propagation conditions at that time. There are many resources available on the internet that will be of help in picking the most useful bands for us to use in any exercise. But during an actual emergency, the internet may not be available for us to use. So it is good to have a basic understanding of what the conditions are likely to be at that time. We have a presentation that was created by an expert in the field, Carl Litzelschwab, K9LA. Carl is the Central Division Director for the ARRL. It's available for EDM members, and a link is posted on our group page. Carl has updated it for us with the latest Cycle 25 info as of July 1st. In addition to providing basic training on how propagation works, he also provides links to several very useful websites for training purposes. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. David has a resource to present. David?
Emcomm usually involves passing messages to specific areas or geographic points. In recent months, poor propagation has made that difficult. Even those highly experienced in target HF ops are befuddled daily with band conditions that are nil when normally they would have been great. WinLink's built-in propagation tool gives probability for RMS stations. That can help indirectly with P2P ops, but another much quicker tool is available. Enter Propi, the HF propagation prediction calculator by M0DNS. It's free at the following site. This tool has 4 calculators and gives a detailed prediction of what frequency to select for transmissions. The 2 most useful calculators for us are area and point-to-point. Propi is designed for shortwave listeners, but it's a great tool for EDM. The area calculator generates a map showing predicted propagation from a selected location for a specific frequency. You drop a pin on the map, select frequency, mode, power, other options, and click Run Prediction. The point-to-point calculator generates a chart showing propagation expected between 2 points for all HF frequencies by time of day. You drop 2 points on the map, fill in power, mode, other options, and click Run Prediction. Check out Propi. It's another useful tool for P2P ops, even if it isn't always perfect.
Thank you, David. An additional note on Propi: it is not a real-time display based on very recent measurements, but rather a longer-term historical view, a very valuable tool for the kind of planning that we're suggesting that you should do. Some of the tools are PSK Reporter, and this is based solely on very recent and current ham radio activity and gives proof of what's happening and the capability based on very recent reports. There's also VOACAP. It's a bit scientific, but it does have tools that you can learn from, and it's available on the internet just by using your browser. See the notes below for these links. RATPAC. RATPAC has finished a series about HF called Beginner's Guide to HF Operating. It's a great series. The link will be below. Also take a look around RATPAC YouTube channel. There's a wealth of other videos grouped by topics that you can find of great interest. But why do you need to know this yourself? EDM has as its core when all else fails, meaning nothing else is working. By having a plan for your served agencies and having it in an emergency operations plan, as we mentioned in tactics, and also in your ICS 205, you will know where to go. But with this knowledge, you now know when to go. You should have multiple frequencies planned. You could add to that plan. Give band priority order based on the time. It doesn't negate frequencies in a time slot, but it is foregoing to the best predictable band to help them get to each other, reach each other faster. Now keep in mind with the time, it's based more on the sun time rather than clock time. 7 o'clock clock time in the summer is very different than the winter. 10 meters and 40 meters as examples are completely opposite depending upon where the sun is. Keep that in mind when you make your plan. Now, if you want to have a group Zoom session to further discussion on this topic, please let us know. We would love to be able to do that for you. Having all of us with the focus need for these P2P communication plans, the benefits of knowledge passed around can be more easily captured by each of us. EDM has some very experienced operators that can help and also make use of other experts that are easily available on YouTube and by various internet searches. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We look forward to all the future exercises we'll have. Have a great day, and 73.